Hey, good day everyone. And again, yeah, welcome to Agricola PH. And again, this is your Sergio. So this time I'm going to discuss to you the question number 2, crop protection in UPLB booklet. So this actually coming from UPLB booklet. So nakalagay lang doon is answer key. There is no computation at all. So the question is how they get it, how they get the correct answer. No, magtatanong ka talaga, bakit ganun ang sagot? Kahit pero pag ako nag-compute mali pala, ganon. So, how they get it? So, of course, that's the thing that I'm going to discuss today, para po malaman ninyo on how they get it. Okay? So, yeah, let's go ahead and read the question. The question is, and this problem, actually, insecticide Y has 3% active ingredient. Express the concentration of insecticide Y in parts per million. A, 300, B, 3,000, C, 30,000, and D, 300,000. And always remember, guys, when you talk about AI, it's not artificial insemination, okay? It is not artificial insemination because we are talking about insecticide. There's no artificial insemination in insects, okay? So, I mean, in pesticides, no calculation, calibration, and application of it. So, pag sinabing AI, may artificial insemination sa animal science, no, they usually use it, okay? So, here in, of course, in this scenario, in this problem, we are asked po to convert yung concentration of the active ingredient from percentage to parts per million or ppm. Actually, madali na siyang sagutin if you know already the conversion unit, and that's the biggest factors that you should have, that you should know. Kasi conversion unit is very important, especially in converting, you know what chemicals is. We are converting chemicals. So how gonna use it? Gaano ba siya ka-effective if you're gonna use percent of it, ganitong percent or ganito kadami. So that's very important to know. That's why I'm always saying to my students na, okay, guys, please, if you can memorize the conversion unit and can look for the conversion unit, that's better. Okay? Because if you already know how to convert it, then that's good. Okay? So, but, again, hindi naman sa lahat ng panahon kailangan nakatuon lang tayo sa computation because in the board examination, let's say mga 5 or 3 to 5 questions referring to computations naman, those questions are, madali naman siyang sagutin. Basta, alam nyo, PEMDAS. Okay, PEMDAS and also the conversion unit. That's very important, guys. Now, let me go ahead and explain to you the understanding of its relationship. Between percentage and the parts per million. Relationship. Buti pa sila may relationship, pero ikaw wala. Okay, now, percentage is a way po to express a fraction of a whole. Sa mathematics, ganun yan, right? So, for example, if a substance is present at 3%, it means po that there are 3 grams of the active ingredient in every 100 grams of the solutions. Okay, ano ibig sabihin nun? Pag percentage, 3% po, ibig sabihin po merong 3 grams ng active ingredient sa bawat 100 grams. Okay? Ng isang solution. Now, let's go ahead, we talk about parts per million. Kanina yon, it was, pag percentage ang pinag-uusapan, syempre, in 3%, merong 3 grams per 100 grams. Yan. 3 grams of active ingredient, ha? Okay, next. Parts per million naman, kasi parts per million naman yung hinahanap natin dito, right? So, parts per million po is a unit of concentration na typically ginagamit siya when measuring po very low concentrations of a substance. Kasi gusto natin makakuha ng specific amount of it. Okay? Especially in applying it. Substance po siya in a larger amount of mixture such as po yung water, tulad po ng water, air, or in this case po na nakita natin ngayon is just the insecticide, the chemicals. Okay? And always remember that 1%, okay, 1% is always equivalent to 10,000 parts per million. Okay? 10,000 parts per million. It's ppm. Okay? So, bakit? Bakit siya 1% is equals to 10,000 parts per million? So, ngayon namin itong nalaman. Oo. Actually, ako din nalaman ko to when I was in college pa. Nalaman ko na to when I was in college. Because I was asking my teacher regarding on this matter. Ano ba yung conversion ng 1% per 10,000 per million? Kasi may nabasa akong article na ganito and I was just very curious about it. So, kaya nga, curiosity, parang ganun ba? You should have curiosity. Bakit ganon? Okay? So, yeah, in terms of grams, always remember that 1% means 1 gram. In terms of gram, ha? Sa percentage kanina na sinasabi ko sa inyong 3% is equivalent to 3 grams ng active ingredient in every 100 grams. So, in terms of grams, it's a 1%, meaning merong 1 grams, right? 1 gram of active ingredient per 100 grams of the solution. Pero in terms of ppm, or tinatawag natin na parts per million, in-equates po siya into like a 1% is equivalent to 10,000 parts per million. As ppm is based po siya on the ratio of 1 part per million. Always remember, so pag 1% is equivalent to 10,000 ppm, pero pag grams sa pinag-uusapan, 1% is equivalent to 1 gram. 1 gram of active ingredient, okay, active ingredient per 100 grams. Okay? So that's how you're going to do it. So at least you have already idea now about these things. So these are very important factors that will really provide you idea on how to answer it. Okay? And now applying this to the problem. So the problem states that insecticide Y has 3% of active ingredient. Or okay, 3% ang insecticide Y. So to express this in parts per million, we know that 1% is equivalent to 10,000 per ppm, right? 10,000 ppm. And therefore, 3% yun eh. O sa ppm yun. So times lang natin. 3 times 10,000 and that's equivalent to 30,000. Okay, ppm. So that's the correct answer. Okay, yun, sabi ko sa'yo, madali lang siya. The correct answer is letter C. Okay, so thus, the concentration of insecticide Y in parts per million is 30,000 ppm or parts per million, which corresponds to option C. So this conversion shows po the percentage concentration of the active ingredient in the insecticide po related to the number of parts of the active ingredient per million parts of the solution. So again, problem solve, kasi nga ganito lang siya dapat sagutin, guys. Just wanna make sure na you know already about it. If this is a short method, actually, if you're gonna make it in a long method, mahaba. Like 1% is equivalent to, pag long method, magiging ganito yung mangyari. 1% is equals to 1 over 100, and then equals natin siya sa 10,000. Right? So, magiging 1 million. Kasi parts per million tayo, di ba? So that's equivalent to, is equals to 10,000. This one is equivalent to 10,000 ppm. Okay? So, conversion for 3,000, long method ito, okay? Long method. So, conversion for 3,000, to convert 3,000 to ppm, ito times mo lang siya. So, itong 10,000 ppm na ito times mo lang siya. So, times mo lang siya sa 3%. Okay, 3. So, that will give you 30,000. Diba? Yun lang ang conversion mo. Yun lang i-convert mo yung una. Yung 1%. Okay? So, long method ito. At least you have already now idea on how to do it. Okay? So if you like this video, again, do not forget to like or react heart tayo dyan or care. Huwag lang umiyak at tumawa. Pwede din tumawa kung gusto nyo. Okay, so again, ganoon na siya kasimple, guys. If you already know, if you know the conversion unit, sorry, parang bulol ako kasi umuulan kasi malakas ang ulan. Umabagyo sa Pilipinas. Ayun. So again, thank you very much everyone for watching, and I hope that you learned a lot for today. And I have also that you watched the previous video that I uploaded. And again, thank you very much. And again, the next video will be the question number 3 of the crop protections Uplb booklet computation. Thank you very much everyone, and enjoy the rest of the day, and see you on the next video.